So in this video, I'm just going to show you how we would show combined events on a Venn diagram. Now, Venn diagrams you've obviously covered in quite a bit of detail in your GCSE numeracy exams and maths. So you should know that obviously it's made up of 2 or 3 or even more interlocking circles, or not, as the case may be. And we'll look at different examples of those in the next few videos. But initially, we just want to look at how we write some of our combined events in Venn diagrams. So, first one I'm going to look at is the probability of A, U, B. Now, if you remember from our previous video, U meant the unison of, and it's A or B can occur or both. So if I was going to, first of all, shade in my A, my event A. So I can have A, so I'm going to shade everything in that's A. So there's everything that's A. And I'm going to shade in B as well, because that's part of this. So there's B. And I'm shading in B as well. Now remember, unison means I can have either or. So either A can occur or B can occur or both. So what actually happens is I can have all of this. Everything that's within these 2 circles I can have. I'm just going to shade it in a darker colour so we can see. So here I can have all of A and I can have all of B. So when I was shading this in as a diagram to show what A, U, B actually is, it would be everything within those 2 circles. Now, moving on, our other combined event that we looked at in previous videos is the probability of A and B. And again, what I'm going to do this time is, obviously this is the intersection, I'm going to shade in both A and B because they're there. So if I shade in A, that's everything to do with A, so I'll do that. And now I'm going to shade in B, which is everything to do with B, so I'm shading that in as well. Now remember, N is my intersection, and there's only one place within those 2 circles where one overlaps the other, where they intersect, and that's in that very centerpiece. So if I was going to shade in the section that said A and B, it would be where they intersected, which would be right in the center of those 2 circles there. That intersection part there is where A and B would lie. Okay, so nicely shaded in. Okay, next. Well, let's talk about some other examples that we could use. And another common one would be the probability of A dash NB. Now, the dash you should have come across before. And if not, you should know that A dash is called the complement, or in other words, not. So A dash means not NA. So the probability of A dash NB, well, again, let's colour in. So if I colour in everything that's not A, that's everything that is outside of A. So I'm just going to colour in everything outside of A. So that's everything there. Okay, being careful not to go within A. So that's A dash, not A. Now I'm going to shade in B because it tells me I need to shade in B. So B is everything here. Now, when I look at this, I can only see one area where there's an intersection of the orange and the red there, and that's that crescent moon shape in B. And if I was going to show A-NB on my Venn diagram, I would shade in that section just there. So there's my A-NB. So let's try the opposite of that then. The probability of A, N, B dash. Well, again, I can shade in everything that is A. So I'm going to shade in everything that's A this time. So that's all of that, everything inside A. And I'm also going to shade in everything that is not B. So everything outside of B. So I can shade in all of this, making sure that I don't go anywhere near B. Anything that is not B. And again, this is an intersection. So I can only have the area where both A and B occur, and you can see there's only one place on that Venn diagram where there's an overlap, and that is in that kind of crescent moon area there. So that is A, N, B dash. Okay, so that's what I would shade in if I was had to ask what A, N, B dash would be. Again, there are a couple of more that we can look at as well. I think it's worth looking at these as well. So the next one we're going to look at is the probability of A dash U B. So again, we've got this A dash going on. So the first thing I would do is colouring in anything that isn't A. So I'm colouring everything outside of A. Now in this case we're using the union. So that means we can have anything at the end of the day that is shaded. So now if I shade in B in a slightly different colour, I can shade in this. Now remember, because this is union, that means I can have everything that's shaded at A dash or B. So if I was going to show this as a whole, I would have to shade in everything that is shaded in this diagram. So this is A dash UB. So I can have all of this, okay? So the only thing that isn't shaded is that crescent moon shape there in A. So if I do the reverse of that then, the probability of A, U, B dash, again, I'd start by colouring in A, because I can have A, so that's that section there. And I can also have anything that isn't B, so that's everything around the outside. So I can have all of this as well. And because this isn't an intersection, this is an OR, I can have either or. So in this case, if I was going to shade in AUB dash, I would just colour in everything that's been shaded in on the Venn diagram. So that's everything outside that little area that is just B itself. Okay, so there's my AUB dash. Which leaves me with one last, one last one that's worth looking at as well. And that would be the probability of A dash U B dash. Okay, so A dash U B dash, well, that means I can have everything outside of A. So if I colour that in now, so that's everything that isn't A, so be careful not to go into A. And I can also have everything that isn't B. So everything that isn't B is everything outside of B. So again, I'm going over a lot of it, but I don't need that little bit in the centre. So if I was going to shade in everything that's A dash or B dash, remember it's a union, so I can have either or, I would then go over everything that's been shaded in on this diagram, apart from that little intersection in the centre. And that's A dash UB dash. There are others that we'll discuss in class. I might set you a little few starter questions in your lesson just to test you out a little bit. So there are quite a few more, but these are the main ones. A dash UB dash, AUB dash, A dash UB, ANB dash, A dash NB, ANB, and AUB.